5 years ago, then President Donald Trump signed an executive order that banned people from 7 Muslim-majority countries from entering the U.S. for 90 days. Reaction to the move was swift. Protests broke out at airports around the U.S. and in support of the Muslim community. Lawsuits were also filed in attempts to block the ban. While there's now a new administration in the White House and the order is no longer in place, many people are still feeling its impacts. For more on this, I'm joined by Rowaida Abdelaziz. She's an investigative reporter for HuffPost. First of all, thank you for joining us, Rowaida. You just recently completed, and I was reading some of your reports, a year-long investigation on how the travel ban impacted families, and it's still impacting families and individuals. What have been some of those long-lasting effects, according to your reporting?
Thank you so much for having me. Yes, absolutely that. 5 years later, families are still feeling the consequences of that one policy. Over the last year, I've collected about 900 cases and examples of those impacts. Almost all of them involve some sort of family separation, including parents being split apart from their children and partners also being split up. In more than 100 of our cases, people reported some sort of medical hardship. In about a third of our data, the person impacted faced some sort of more than one extreme hardship, So this could have been a death in the family and an economic loss, et cetera. So the analysis really is the first of its kind in terms of providing us with just a glimpse into the physical, economic, and mental toll of the ban and those that it's impacted. But behind those numbers, there are thousands of more stories. People who've lost loved ones, milestones that were missed, like birthdays, weddings, and funerals. Some people have given up entirely on trying to immigrate to the U.S., while others have left the U.S. to reunite with their families in third countries. Others have been trapped in war zones, missed opportunities like jobs and schoolings. People have had to forfeit those. And so some of the impacts of this ban is simply unquantifiable.
You know, it was really gut-wrenching to read some of those accounts in your reporting. You documented nearly 900 stories. Is there one or several that really stuck with you?
There are so many. I think of the main character in my investigation, Mohammed Saleh, who lost his son, a father who couldn't bring his 20-year-old son to the U.S., who was diagnosed with a heart condition for treatment because of the ban. And by the time his application was going through the process, it was a little too late. He passed in May 2021. I think about Layla, who's an incredibly bright woman from Iran who won the diversity visa, also known as the lottery, who was ready to come into the U.S. and contribute her skill sets. She has a master's degree in biomedical engineering, and that opportunity was also taken away from her, and she is unlikely to win that diversity visa again. And there are so many others.
So many. I mean, to think about just the hardships that people face in so many cases where families were separated and were never able to reunite. Now, I know that President Biden has since reversed the ban, and people who were previously denied the visas can reapply. But of course, that process, especially because of the pandemic, hasn't been very simple. Why is that? What's going on? What's the latest?
There are so many factors. Like you mentioned, 2 months after the ban was reversed, when Biden took office, the State Department announced that those denied by the ban could reapply and that a previous negative decision would not negatively impact their current application. Now, this doesn't apply to everyone. If you're lucky enough to reapply, unfortunately, you are entering a backlog of nearly 500,000, and one that's consistently being slowed down because of the pandemic. I was speaking to one New Yorker not too long ago, just a few days ago, who submitted his application for a revised decision, and he is still waiting. And so the ban is not in place technically, but he has not been reunited with his wife and his 3 daughters. If you are a diversity visa winner, you won the lottery, as it's also known as, there is no legal recourse as of now. Essentially, they have just been told to reapply. And the fact that the diversity visa is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, the fact of them winning it again is quite slim. And so while there has been some progress on the legal front, many are saying that it's just too slow.
So people aren't guaranteed. Even if they won it before, they're not guaranteed. And it's probably extremely rare that they would get it again.
Yes, so if you are a diversity visa winner, it is extremely rare that you would win it again. And if you're just seeking a revised decision because you've been separated by your family, you're entering a backlog of nearly 500,000. So those wait times could be another several years.
It's unbelievable. All these years later. Rowaida, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for your reporting on this very important topic. So many years later, people still dealing with it.
Thank you for having me.